Okay, for those of you that have gotten behind in your work and you need to generate a layout for your Inventor part files, you want to get something that looks similar to this, we have provided for you a title block that you can use. So to get to that title block, we're going to go to Inventor. Here's our part file we've drawn. Let's come under the tab File here, and you're going to Open, and you're going to navigate to the TechEd server. So you go to the TechEd server Q drive, go into Class Resources, into CAD, Title Blocks, into the Inventor title block, and within the Inventor folder there, you're going to find a file called Form 5 Size A. So locate Form 5 Size A, click Open. Now when that opens up, there is a title block that's built in here. What we've built this up is it has 4 sheets already in there. So if I'm over here on the side, I can double click on sheet 1. Sheet 1 will be my active sheet. You see it's kind of white where these guys are grayed out. This is the active sheet that I'm working with. This sheet has attributes with a default border that's been dropped on it and the Form 5 title block. This Form 5 title block we want to edit, and we can do that one of 2 places. We can edit it right here, or we can edit it in our drawing resources under title blocks. I can right click on the Form 5 and edit it there. So either place, right click and go to edit, or if you're down here, edit definition, and this pops up your title block. And notice the attributes that are associated with this. These little carets that are in here have been dropped in here to link and connect to the file properties of each object that's on this particular title block. So this is looking at the title and file name of the drawing that's on there. Similarly, we have the scale, we have the sheet number, we have the date, all connected to those properties. There's a separate video that shows you how to set those up. But for right now, for quick purposes, let's edit our name. We're going to right click on this and edit the text. Let's take Mr. Luchawicz's name out of there, put your name in there. Remember, all in caps. So put Mr. Hardy in here. And then I'll say OK. Okay, when you have all your attributes set the way they need to be set, you're going to just simply finish the sketch. You will save those edits, and it will update all of your Form 5 title blocks that are used in each of the sheets down here below. Okay, now that you have your title block set to date, or set the way you want it to be, before you do anything further, the most important thing you can do is make this live with the rest of your Inventor files. So go under the File tab over here. You are going to do a Save As, and we want to save this to the folder you created in the TechEd server. So in the TechEd server, so we're going to take our save in to the TechEd server. You're going to go to Students. You're going to go to S1, navigate to your teacher, to Comp A Draft, find your name's folder, and then the Inventor folder. Remember, this file, like all other Inventor files, need to live in the same house. They have to be in the same folder. So save your Form 5 Size A title block here, and go ahead and click Save. Now you will also have this as a template for future drawings to drop your objects on. Just to take this a step further, you're setting up a layout, and you want to put your files on your layout. You're going to use the base view. Okay, and whatever your active file is, so I have PS1 and PS2 open here. My active file is going to pop up right here. This happens to be PS2. And we're going to center this on our screen like this. We're going to pick our views. If we wanted an isometric view, we could even have that. Pop that out here. And then you're going to right click and say OK. That creates your views. You do want to make sure your views are centered on the screen. And notice that when I click on these views, it does move proportionately. They are lined up relative to that front view or base view that we set in place here. Now, I'm going to go back quickly here and just highlight a few features. We can change the scale of our view as it comes in. right here. You can pick your appropriate scale. Very important that you have the hidden line style turned on, or your hidden lines will not appear. Okay. Then we can also put view labels. So I'm going to do that on my isometric view. I want to shade it a solid, and I might put a view label here. I'm going to type the word isometric. Okay. Oops, spelled that wrong. So isometrics there. If I click on this little light bulb, that's going to turn my label on, and watch what happens when we finish this. So we have a solid view, and notice that I got this neat little isometric label that follows that and the scale that's there. Now I could edit that label by double clicking here if I didn't want the scale, because the scale is the same as everything else. If I didn't want that to there, I could delete that out, and now I just have my isometric. So here your basic views are on here, and your basic views can be annotated appropriately for this particular assignment. We just need the multi-views, and we do need some base dimensions that are put in place. So you want a dimension between views, click the Annotate tab, Dimension, drop this down till it locks. Okay, there's my overall dimension for length. We're going to do one of these heights right here. So I want from here to here. I'll pull that out till it locks. Now I don't want this redundant dimension. I will add it in there for the time being, and then I'll show you how to delete it. So if I were to put two dimensions in there, they're going to be stacked in a line like this. However, the more critical is the overall dimension, which is this one. And so click these two lines, and I need to make sure my dimension tool is active again. Click these two lines, pop this out. That would be a layer out there. But this is redundant, so I'm actually going to hit escape. I'm going to delete this dimension here like that. That would be a more appropriate way. So we have a length shown, we have height with a detail shown there, and the last dimension we need to show is depth. And we can either do this on the top view or we can do this on the side view. We do not need to do it both. Again, choose dimension. Let's take the top view. Click these two lines, pull it out, and so now I have all the dimensions I need. Make sure your title block is up to date. Make sure the sheet is reflective of the sheet number that you're on. Check this out. Add your parts to your other sheets and save your file appropriately. Good luck with your drawing.